The best looking longs today appear to be gold and oil, but we might need a little bit of patience. This is the daily entry. I'm bringing you day trading setups on the NAS, Dow, gold, oil, and of course, BTC. Let's go. Now, obviously, the big news is the war situation and the escalation and the de-escalation and what is going to happen next with oil. But let's not forget, we've got the FOMC coming in hot tomorrow. So just another recipe for volatility coming up along the way. Now, yesterday's trade setups, what a banger. That Dow was probably the cleanest Dow on the planet yesterday, guys. I hope you got some of that action on that Dow, and it did help me get a little bit more upside on my trading account here. And you can see I'm running 𝗬𝗏𝗡 here at the moment, but I got some scalps. You can see we got some more green than red today, and the big question is this oil long that I've started building going to start paying off for us during the course of the day? Now, remember, I'm launching the 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙 Bootcamp. It starts tomorrow, Wednesday, into Friday. There's going to be hardcore trading sessions for you guys. It's myself and the team. We're going to have private Zoom sessions for everyone who's part of this. And obviously the goal is to teach you guys a skill that you perhaps don't have just yet, or to sharpen up your trading skills. And if things play out nicely, we're going to get some upside along the way. So just go into the show description there. You can click on more and you're going to see how you can sign up for the 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙 Bootcamp. But guys, it's going to be a banger. If you like what I'm doing here on the show, I'm going to teach you exactly how to set these things up, and we're also going to do some orb trading as well. Okay, let's get into the good stuff here, guys. And obviously oil is the flavor of the day. Now we've dropped into our oil long zone, and the big question is this thing going to hold? So there is a couple of spicy things happening in the market right now, because we've seen crypto fall over, we've seen the NAS fall over, and we've got oil fall over. So they're all sitting on support, which is pretty unusual when you see this type of thing happening. Normally what you'd see is oil drop and the NAS pushes up. Now everything has dropped, so one of them might be lying to us, and we might be getting a breakdown on either the NAS and perhaps crypto, or we're going to get a breakdown on oil. So things are definitely going to be spicy today, so just make sure you are practicing risk management and you are careful with your position sizing. But in terms of oil, we've hit our 80 long zone. This is our bullish order block. This is our VWAP from the lows. This is our wick fill. And as you can see right now, while I'm talking here, we are getting a reaction on oil. It just depends on how greedy you want to be and how high you can send this thing. So right now I am looking for an oil push based on the chart. If there is a little bit more downside in oil, I believe we are going to get a bounce at these lows, and that is around about 78. So I would just say watch out for the tricks, watch out for the fun and games. They might just wick you below these lows, a little bit of a fake out, and then a hard pump. So look out for a tweet or a headline or something along that way related to the war situation, and you might find renewed vigor in this oil. But I am sitting in a long position on oil. I've got 2 entries hit here at the moment. I have been scalping a couple of smaller ones as well, but you can see now oil is bouncing, and those trades are now filled, and my stop is sitting at 79.81 and 79.65 at the moment. Obviously, if this price runs a little bit on by the time you're watching it, just be careful, because your risk is going to be higher in terms of how tight your stop loss is going to be. Now remember, we're looking for precision entries here on the daily entry. Let's talk about the Dow. And this was so clean yesterday. I sincerely hope you guys saw value in these videos, and this is why I'm doing them, and I'm working on super tight and super precise zones. Obviously, they're not going to work every time, but my God, this was a little screamer yesterday. Okay, so now what happens to the Dow? What are we looking at here? I think easy game plan here at the moment. You can see our 45 minutes is getting a little bit hot, and that tells me any last minute pushes, any last minute screams into 52.576. I think we can rely have another crack at a short there. Obviously, just be careful with your sizing, but I think we'll get a fight in that zone, and that could be our next short zone. If it does push a little bit higher, 52.820 is going to be the banger. I've got a super bearish order block in this region as well. I believe that is going to give us a good rejection later on. So my alarms are on in both zones. I am looking for shorts in those areas. In terms of longs for today, where's it interesting? Well, number one would be a sweep of this gap fill and VWAP long that I gave you guys yesterday, and that is 51.950. So look for a move into 51.950. Look for a small bounce in that area. You want some kind of reaction. You want to sweep the lows, fill the gap, and then get a second push to the upside. Then a little bit lower down, I've got 51.700 on the Dow. Now all these charts, they go into the Chart Hackers Discord for you guys. There is a link in the show description. Just click on more and you can sign up there to the Chart Hackers Discord. I've got a separate TradFi channel, and I'm going to drop updates during the course of the day. So if we get extreme moves out of these zones, you will have an update from me in my channel, and you will know exactly what my playbook is going to be on those guys. So make sure you are in the Chart Hackers Discord if you want that extra added alpha there for you guys. Now, let's talk about the NAS. This thing is looking disgusting, and I did relay these thoughts over the last week or so that things were looking a little bit heavy. So in terms of the NAS on the weekly time frame, I think you guys can see this is perfectly reasonable to look for some kind of drop on the NAS at some point into this type of 25,800 region. How we get there, that's a different discussion. You might find upward movements, you might find a lot of chop before they come and do that, or they might just capitulate you in the zone. But basically what I'm saying here is, guys, we're looking for shorts until we hit this massive buy zone down here at 25,800. So what does that mean for us on the lower time frame? Super interesting, because we've got oil looking to potentially bounce, and then I've got the NAS on the 45-minute also looking to potentially bounce here on the oscillator. So things aren't quite behaving as per normal. So what I would suggest here is be super careful. So I am in a scalp long on the NAS, and it's typically a hedge now, because if you are long on the NAS, theoretically oil could be dropping down, but right now we might have both of them bouncing. But I have grabbed a small long. In terms of how I'm playing this, where is the DGen short zone today? 28,040. Look for a DGen short. Then I'm not interested in anything up here. Look at this candle. I'm not interested in trying anything in that region until we get higher up, 28,620. We can have a discussion up there in terms of the next short. And then right now there are tentative longs, but I would say get it as tight as possible. You want it here at these lows, 27,720 makes sense to me. Now there are lower levels. I will drop these charts in the Hackers Discord for you guys, and I'll identify those zones, and these are simply going to be your next reaction zone. So if oil does pump and the NAS does start dropping today, you want to know exactly where you can bang out some bounce trades, maybe get some 1-to-1, 2-to-1 plays on that NAS. Okay, so I'll make sure that is updated for you guys in the Hackers Discord. Now here's the gold situation, and are we finally going to hit our long zone? I've got a limit order at 4,002 for gold on UBIT, and I'm looking for this one to ping. And I think today is the day, you know, based on the 4 hour, we are going to get a drop. The question is, how deep are they going to send this 4 hour? So there are two main long zones. Obviously, zone number one is the one that I was looking at last week, and this is a nice bullish order block, and I'm pretty confident we're going to get a bounce in this area. Where can you put your stop losses? DGens, you can put a stop under 3,995. Alternatively, you can put a stop under 3,977, and then other than that, if we start bleeding lower, we're looking at longs on gold at about 3,940 into 3,950. That is essentially what I want to see. I do have a limit order here. My stops are going to be relatively tight. They're going to be in that first zone. I'm not going to mess around too long if gold does get a little bit heavy. So in terms of that, I'm not looking for any shorts today. As you can see, possible bounce longs here coming in hot for us. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, take a look at this. I'm still riding this Bitcoin short that I've been covering on the Chart Hackers live trading. Remember, we do live trading every single day on the Chart Hackers YouTube. You can find it over here. Just click on this card you see up here. That is the Chart Hackers YouTube. We do live trading every day. I'll be there later trading Bitcoin and some of these shit coins as well. So we'll be updating some of these positions, but this Bitcoin short, I can't find a reason to close this one just yet. Okay, so just hanging in on that one for now. A couple of longs got stopped, but we'll deal with that on the show. Right, what are we looking at here for BTC? Now, obviously, oil bouncing could or theoretically be quite bad for the NAS and for BTC. So we might see fresh lows. So what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin at the moment, DGen long zone, 63,400. You can see this is our 50-day moving average. This is our VWAP from the lows, and this is our macro 382, which essentially is a very big level that we've been looking to hit or talking about for at least a week or three here on Bitcoin. And we are finally here. But are they going to play ball now with this weakness in the NAS? That is the big question. So I would say tentatively look for a bounce here. You can see this 2 hour is trying to reverse at the moment. I'd say keep it tight, keep the size pretty small. Then if we drop today, I think the harder we drop and the quicker we drop today, the better and more sustainable the bounce is going to be. So that's going to take us to about 62,350 for a long into about 62k. So that is going to be the next zone. So if we start losing this level, the next long zone, guys, this box over here, 62,350 into 62k is starting to look like the next next feasible bounce zone. And we by no means looking for new highs on BTC. We're just trying to lock in a bounce here, and you will find corresponding altcoins as well coming into play at those types of levels. Now, guys, that is your daily entry. Keep it tight today. Lots of volatility. FOMC tomorrow. That's going to bring a whole new story for us. Okay, be safe out there. That's your daily entry. Catch you later.